For Minecraft, the year 2022, it was kind of a hot, controversial one. But that definitely doesn't stop the updates from coming. From the adorable brand new LA to the strange alien-like skulk sensor, there were a lot of updates this year. My good friends, I would like to welcome you to maybe a brand new tradition, the Minecraft recap. Today we're going to reminisce a little bit. I've got 50 updates total. And some of these are the biggest updates of the year, and sprinkled in here, in between those, are some updates you might have completely forgot about. Down in the comments, let me know, what was your single favorite change that happened this year? And let's go. The year 2021, last year, it was all about the caves and cliffs. Depending on who you ask, this year, 2022, was maybe all about it too. About it or not, there's only one feature we can begin with. Personally, I've always seen this feature as sort of a segue feature in between 1.18 and 1.19. This feature is an update to an old 1.18 mob, the goat. If you're fortunate enough to have a goat smash its head into one of the wonderful blocks that generates around it, you'll be rewarded with a goat horn. And you can use it. And that's it. Now, speaking of the caves and cliffs, this year for Minecraft Java Edition, we actually kicked things off with 1.18.2. That was the first update. The 1.18.2 update, it was a relatively minor update, changing a few things, fixing a lot of bugs, and even adding a new command. For this one, we're talking about what was originally the place feature command, later changed to the place space feature command. If we go ahead and run this command and the conditions are exactly perfect, we can place one of the many features inside of the game, like a desert well. Oh, it's beautiful. And well, would you look at that? Right behind that desert well is a wonderful ocean. Take a look at this ocean. Is there anything you're not seeing here? Well, yes, definitely yes. We're not seeing any villagers here, unfortunately no elder guardians, and also no glow squids. When it comes to glow squids, we won't be seeing any of those in here because their spawning was changed. Glow squids will now only spawn in complete darkness, making them a lot more rare. Little fun fact for you, did you know, if you feed a dolphin fish, it'll lead you to treasure. This is a little fact I talked about on my secret other channel. The 1.18.2 update, it made this treasure finding mechanic even more accurate. It's still pretty hard to keep up with them though. In a world of Minecraft Bedrock, big moves were made this year, including deleting the entire beta system. It was replaced with previews. Other than, of course, the major main updates that we'll talk about in this video too, for Bedrock, 2022 was all about feature parity, taking Java things and finally translating them over to Bedrock Edition, including this beautiful, wonderful glow banner pattern. It's pretty rare, so maybe you've never seen it before, until now. It's kind of cool. If you're looking to get your hands on this banner pattern, villagers, that's going to be your best bet. Now, speaking of villagers, iron golems, so they always spawn in at villages. That's not new. What is new is this. If we go ahead and unfortunately hurt this golem a little bit, it's going to slowly crack. It's basically a visual health indication system. I thought they had more health than that. Well, we'll just go ahead and pretend that never happened, because for this next one, the cracking system, well, we also have a brand new repairing system as well. So if my good old friend has a couple cracks on it right here, it's taking damage, we can walk up to it with an iron ingot and fix it right back up. Good as new. Now if you're crazy, insane, and you hit an iron golem a couple times, having armor might be a pretty good idea. And speaking of armor, there's a brand new armor toughness system on Bedrock Edition this year. Armor toughness, or in other words, technical things. Lots and lots of technical things, including this fancy equation. Wow, Waddles, this is great so far. It's beautiful, but I'll let you finish in a second. It's me, other Waddles, with a different haircut. I ask but one quick favor of you. You see, my friends, this list was long. It took a little while to set up, quite a bit of effort to edit this video all together for you. I ask for one simple like. It's quick, easy, and painless. Just trust me. Oh, no way! No way, this is so rare. There's like a negative 0.03% chance. Oh, no way, this like never happens. An end portal frame. This is perfect. The exact setup we need for the next one. Let's go. To check out this next one, first things first, we need to find an end city. Then a little bit more specifically, we need to find shulkers. Shulkers, they actually duplicate now. It could definitely be a little bit tricky to pull off sometimes, but there we go right there. If one shulker hits another shulker with a bullet, it might actually end up duplicating. Unfortunately not changed is taking damage from mobs, well actually, correction. That was changed too. 1.18.30 was a consequential update for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, with lots of mobs having their damage amounts completely changed. The skeletons got a little bit weaker, spiders got weaker, but wolves, they got a little bit stronger. Armor toughness was in that update, different mob values was in that update, and also a brand new different hunger system was in that update as well. The hunger cost of different actions, like running, jumping, breaking things, was changed to match Minecraft Java. In the spring of this year, an interesting Deep Dark snapshot dropped with some pretty cool features. But before we dive down deep and talk about those, let's take a look at the surface. A brand new overworld surface biome was added to the game this year. That's going to be the Mangrove Swamp biome. Look at this place right here. It's beautiful, it's crowded, it's dense. By far, one of the most packed in biomes in the entire game. Covering basically the entire biome here, we're going to find a brand new beautiful tree, the mangrove tree, and a pig inside of them. Okay then. But even more importantly for us today, growing on these trees is a brand new interesting way of growing these things too. Head over to your local new swamp biome with a little bit of bone meal and some scaffolding maybe, so you can reach the propagules and grab a propagule. After you pull one off of a tree, run over to some water that isn't too deep, place the propagule down and bone meal it, and it'll actually work. This is the first tree that can be grown in water, and this is the first tree that can actually come with roots as well. Look at this super interesting looking block. It's great for building, but it's also great for like being realistic. I mean, it's a tree that actually has roots. That's pretty cool. If you took a break from Minecraft and are just now coming back or something, you're kind of in luck, because inside of this brand new biome, there's so many new things. It's like loaded with content. Inside of the Mangrove Swamp biome, on the ground all over the place, is a brand new gray toned block. What could this be? Well, this beauty is one of the most useful blocks for farming to be added to the game in years. It's also pretty great for building too. We'll talk a little bit more about building though, because it's actually pretty interesting. Inside of a crafting table, place mud and wheat together, and then you'll get this brand new packed mud block. And packed mud, oh wow, not only does it sound good, but it looks so good too. Like, you tell me that's not like the best block in the game for like some kind of road now. And you can't tell me that, because it's true. Road building, chef's kiss is great, but also block building, chef's kiss again, it's also great. Mud bricks, look at how good these bricks look. And they sound really, really wet too. It's kind of weird. Mud is great, but how could I forget the most beautiful, well, maybe like second most beautiful wood type in all of Minecraft was also added this year. The sweet mangrove wood type. Mangrove wood is so good for building. First off, look at the stripped version. It's smooth, it's so good. Second off, the planks, oh, don't even get me started about the planks. A red barn, a red dog, a red murder, wait, what? This stuff is great for building. Run around all over the swamp and try and chop down the mangrove trees. I'm sure you'll have a really fun, exciting, exhilarating time. Once you've gotten a little bit of wood, go ahead and go over to a crafting table, turn it into wood. Take that wood and turn it into a chest. After that, take a little bit more of that wood and turn it into a boat. Then put the boat there, put the chest here, or really anywhere, and voila. The chest boat somehow is something that I was so excited for years, but then always kind of seemed to forget about, but it's like so useful. With the help of one handy chest boat, you can effectively double your inventory size. And maybe, if we're lucky, with the help of chest boat, if we sail around inside of the Mangrove Swamp for long enough, we might get to see some of the other new things inside of this place too. Yes, I knew it. There we are. A tropical fish. And tropical fish got a little bit more common. You'll find them spawning all over this biome. Also inside of this biome, sometimes in the water, but a little bit more commonly found on the land, is a brand new mob. And this mob is one of the most intriguing mobs in the entire game. The frog. Or at least the warm variant of the frog. When it comes to the frog, the devs actually kind of went crazy. There's a couple unique things about this thing. So first things first, if you find it in a warm biome, you're gonna get this like white toned frog. It's pretty nice. If you find the frog in a more mild biome, like maybe the classic swamp, which you definitely could do, you get this orange frog. And then finally, if you were to find it in a cold biome, which I don't think really exists over here, then you get a cool green frog. So you've got a couple different types of frogs. It's pretty cool. But alongside the frog and the different types of it, you also have a completely unique baby version of the frog as well, the tadpole. I mean, look, you correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure the frog is the only mob in the game that begins as something else and then grows up and turns into a completely different mob. But it doesn't stop there with the frog. Grab a couple frogs, take them over to like the basalt deltas in the nether or something, and greet them to the magma cubes. Specifically, if we can find a small magma cube right there, oh, the frogs are gonna love it. The frogs will actually eat the magma cubes and drop a new block on the ground. Froglight. The Froglight block is a bright block, having the same brightness as sea lanterns. It comes in 3 fancy colors, green, purple, and yellow. Those are some pretty big colorful changes. Speaking of colors, a little bit of a smaller colorful change. I don't know, paintings count as color, right? We've got a couple brand new paintings on Minecraft Java Edition. However, you're gonna need to use a command if you want to check these paintings out. They're not in survival. Way more recently, another smaller change that happened this year that you might have missed has to do with this thing over here. Formerly known as the mob spawner, now known as the monster spawner. The monster spawner has undergone quite a few changes this year. And for starters, on Java you can finally pick block this thing. For follow-uppers on Java Edition, it's inside of the creative inventory. And for follow-uppers, when you place it down, there's no mob inside of it anymore. You're gonna have to grab a spawn egg and use the spawn egg on this monster spawner to actually, like, you know, have it spawn monsters. Look, I never recommend doing this, but if you want to check out all of the changes this year, then this is a necessary move. Take some TNT, go ahead and blow up the spawner with it, or maybe even some ores as well, and you'll find that experience will actually drop from those spawners too. That's a little bit destructive though. I don't really recommend doing that. Instead, maybe just keep the spawner or something. So anyways, back up on the surface with a crafting table and way less destruction, let's go ahead and craft a couple things. Minecart, hopper, a hopper minecart. Chest, boat, chest boat. Brand new to the game this year. If we go ahead and place this minecart with a hopper down and then decide that I actually didn't want to place it down, I break it, they stay together. And that's going to be the same for the brand new chest boat item as well. Chest boats and hopper minecarts, any kind of minecarts that are fancy, once crafted, they stay. And how could I? I'm a monster. Earlier on I mentioned scaffolding, and I didn't even point out the fact that, yeah, it definitely looks a little bit different now. The scaffolding is way more yellow. And this wonderful scaffolding change is a change to get ready for something that comes next year. But for now, yeah, more yellow scaffolding, I don't know. I think it looks pretty nice. I like it. The wild update was an interesting update. On one hand, we got all those amazing swamp updates that we checked out. Pretty cool. On the other hand, we got one of the strangest new biomes and sets of blocks ever. Typically located underneath some of the deepest parts of your world, in other words, mountains, is the brand new evil biome, the Deep Dark biome. The Deep Dark biome is a brand new cave biome that you will exclusively find below Y0. Now the Deep Dark biome, this is like some late game stuff. Do not wander into this biome unprepared and ungeared up, because if you do, you might be in for an awakening. Walking into this biome, absolutely unprepared here with nothing but a wooden hoe. Exactly what I shouldn't do. Here we have an interesting block, the first block. It's got a subtle animation, beautiful, maybe use it for like a night sky. If you mine this thing with a hoe, however, it breaks really quick, and you get experience, and sometimes you reveal other interesting blocks below it. Yeah, that's right, the Deep Dark biome, it's actually not a bad option when it comes to finding diamonds and ores. It's pretty great. But there's also some strange things here. So let's go ahead and level things up a little bit with good old-fashioned subscribe hoe. If I go ahead and silk touch some of these blocks and continue moving through this biome carefully, we're gonna find the snitch block itself, the skulk sensor. The skulk sensor, I mean, it's nice, actually, it's wonderful for redstone, but for telling on you inside of this biome when you're trying to be stealthy, oh, it's not good at all. The skulk sensor is by far one of the most advanced redstone components in the entire game. It's crazy. And thankfully, all sensors are gone here, and it doesn't even look like the worst thing of all was here. We're in the clear. I can make as much noise as I want. But over here, you see, over here is a completely different story. Oh, and by the way, I have night vision right now. Imagine this thing as pitch black. Yeah, just like that. Because usually that's how it would look. Moving carefully into this biome, there's strange things all over the place, including the most dangerous Minecraft block ever, the Skulk Shrieker. Now check this out. If I mine this thing right here, the sensors all work together. They communicate, relay the message that somebody's in here moving around, and it's not good. If you didn't know, the Skulk Shriekers are basically the block that is going to summon the Warden in once you set it off a couple times. Oh, it's so dangerous. But they're so crazy looking too. And finally, for new strange alien blocks over here, way less dangerously, we have the Skull Catalyst, which is essentially the source block for all of these new blocks. If you were to say, take a mob out next to a Skull Catalyst that drops experience, the Skulk blocks will actually grow. It's pretty strange. And if you were to say, set the Skulk Shrieker off 4 times in a row, then something so dangerous will happen. Minecraft's most dangerous, brand new baddest non-boss mob, the Warden. Oh my gosh, this is it's gotta be one of my favorite updates of 2022. Oh no. The thing is basically completely blind, works off of vibrations, and will easily, in this current situation, one-shot me. I shouldn't have come down here without armor. Really bad. Any noise that I make, any movements that I make, it will not see me, but it will smell me. It is really dangerous and really bad. It wants my soul. Even better, to add to the lore and mystery surrounding this strange ancient mob, the Warden, we've got a brand new house for the Warden too, a giant ancient city. You'll encounter the Warden in one of 2 places, either the plain old deep dark biome or its beautiful home. The ancient city is by far Minecraft's biggest structure and potentially, depending on how you feel about the Bastion, Minecraft's most dangerous structure as well. Dangerous, but also potentially worth it, at least depending on what you're looking for in the game. If you're lucky, open up some of the loot chests inside of this structure, and you'll find a brand new Echo Shard item. Now, depending on how unlucky you are, this might be pretty hard to come across, but once you come across it, that's great. Keep finding more. You're gonna need like 8 to do anything with them. The ancient city itself is just really cool. It's almost like a stealth mini game in a sense. You want to sneak around the city and avoid the Warden looking for all the treasure. But anyways, speaking of treasure, eventually you find enough Echo Shards, go ahead and take that over to a crafting table, combine it with a compass, and you get Minecraft's newest compass, the Recovery Compass. The Recovery Compass is not useful at all for hardcore players. However, normal core players that happen to unfortunately hit that despawn. Oh, that was so close. Well, normal players that happen to get in a bad situation, it's pretty great. If you have one of these things crafted sitting, ready, waiting, back over at your base, all you need to do is follow the needle. It'll point you to where you last died. And so friends, here we are, both back over on Bedrock Edition and in the home stretch. The final 10 features, for today's video at least. Game mode, Spectator. That's right, Bedrock Edition. After waiting for 7 years or something, Spectator game mode is now officially on Bedrock Edition, and oh my gosh, it's polished. This single feature was in development for at least 7 months, but most likely more behind the scenes, going through round after round of polishing and bug fixes. Nobody can say for sure, but it is heavily rumored that this might be the final piece of the puzzle to unlocking hardcore mode on Minecraft Bedrock. Back over on Java, not to flex or anything, but we've had Spectator mode for years now. What we haven't had for years now is a brand new revamped, refreshed creative inventory. Check this out. Every single tab inside of the creative inventory has changed. Some tabs are completely gone, erased, like the old transportation tab, and some tabs are new, like the spawn egg one. Inside of controls, if we go ahead and turn this new option on right here, we'll actually get another new tab inside of the creative inventory. All of these technical, fancy, advanced things. It's pretty cool. Now that update came pretty recently to Minecraft in 1.19.3 that dropped at the beginning of December. Also inside of 1.19.3, a Vex update. Look at the brand new, much improved Vex. It actually matches every other Minecraft mob now. It's got that big head, the small body, and oh my gosh, it just looks so good. It's way more evil looking. I love it. Another one found inside of 1.19.3 might actually help you with the Vex. I mean, who knows? Brand new spawn eggs for a couple golem mobs. The iron golem and the snow golem. And these spawn eggs, they will do exactly what you think they would do. They spawn in the golems. There's also a new ender dragon spawn egg and a wither spawn egg too. If you play Minecraft Bedrock, but you haven't for a while, and you go to create a new world, things are gonna look different. That's because a brand new UI is on the way, and some of it is actually here already, including this creative world screen. The creative world screen has been refreshed, revamped, revitalized, and it's just so clean. It looks so good now. I love this. What many people do not love is the brand new player reporting and chat reporting feature added to the game this year. If you're on a server and you say something bad, well, you could find yourself in Minecraft jail. You get reported. Over on Bedrock, a feature that was exactly 1.5 million times less controversial copy coordinates, Control-Alt-C by default, and there we go. Maybe you're on a server with your friends trying to tell your exact coordinate. Use that shortcut to be able to share your coordinates super easily. Ping-ponging back and forth. Now we're over at Minecraft Java Edition for this next one. Game rules, game rules, and game rules. There's so many brand new, beautiful, amazing game rules. I've talked quite a bit about these game rules in the most recent weeks because I love them, especially this snow one. I can't tell you how many times I've said I love this thing, and I just love it. Minecraft 1.19.3 comes with a brand new way of doing things, and it also came with like 7 amazing new game rules. Lava source? Yeah, sure. Water source? Oh, no. With the help of these amazing brand new game rules, more destruction than ever is actually possible. And also maybe like challenge maps or, you know, just cool things like that. But wow, that's a lot of lava. Oh, it's so cool. Found down under the ground, generating in rings across your Minecraft world, the Stronghold is one of Minecraft's oldest structures. Did it see an update in 2022? Well, yes and no. You see, structurally, the structure is exactly the same. Nothing has been changed there. But when it comes to placement and generation in general, everything has changed. 1.19.3 changed stronghold placement and world generation. That means if you had the best seed ever with an easy stronghold, well, it doesn't work anymore. It's kind of sad. And wow, we've made it. We made it all the way to the end of the list, or at least almost. The final feature of 2022, it was tricky because, of course, there were so many more updates than I could fit into this video, but I think I gotta put the final feature as the brand new, mysteriously amazing music disc. Minecraft's newest music disc is not only perhaps the strangest music disc yet, but it seems to tell an interesting story. A story that we might learn more about in 2023. It's crazy. It doesn't sound good. Minecraft recap in 2022. Did you remember every update? What was your favorite? Let me know about something down below. If you'd like to see me do this again in the future for next year and next year and next year and next year and like 9 years in the future, then all you've got to do is leave a like on this video. Thank you. It's been me, Waddles. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you. Of course, Happy New Year's. Goodbye, everyone.